it's me, Catherine, and today I just want to talk to you about some of my reading plans that I have for the rest of the year. Now, these aren't set in stone, but they're just a few books that I would very much like to maybe read by the end of the year. No worries if not, so let's just get straight into it. Now, this first book is a book that I know I definitely will read. It's a reread, actually, and I know I'll definitely get to it because the sequel is coming out later this year, and I am so excited for it. I am so excited for it. And that is Carry On by Rowell. The sequel, Wayward Son, is out, I think, end of September, beginning of October. I might be wrong, but I'm sure it's around that time. And this is one of my favourite books of all time. I love it so much. So if you don't know what Carry On is about, Carry On follows a small group of teenagers who are in their final year of a magic school, not unlike Harry Potter, and it is based on a fictional book from Rowell's fictional book Fangirl. It is the series that the main character in Fangirl is a big fangirl of. She writes a lot of fan fiction about it, and this is Rowell's take on that fan. I suppose it's Rowell's own fan fiction based on a fictional series from her own fictional book. But it's really good. It's really good, and the sequel is out later this year, and I'm so excited. So I'm definitely going to reread this because I need next to no excuse to pick this back up because I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so the next book is a book that I have had since it was released, and it is the final book in its series, and it is Within the Sanctuary of Wings by Marie Brennan, the last book in the Memoirs by Lady Trent, and I just need to get it finished. I need to get it finished. I have to read this final one. I mean, I'm really sad that it's the end of it, but also I'm really excited to get to finish it and find out how it's going to end. She says, having left it partially read for I don't know how long it's been sitting partially read, but I just need to get it done, and I just gotta do it. Just gotta get it done. Now, if you don't know what this series is, the Memoirs by Lady Trent series follows our main character, Lady Trent, who is either called Isabel or Isabella. I can never quite remember. I'm pretty sure it's Isabel, but I don't know. Who studies dragons. And it is, as the title of the series would suggest, her memoirs. So each book is sort of its own contained little story of her adventures of travelling and discovering things and getting caught up in political nonsense and whatnot. And it's just been a great series that I've really enjoyed, and I just need to get it read. And if you haven't read it, you should read it because it's really good. It's really good. On the same sort of line, this next book is also a book that I've started reading but just haven't finished and just really need to get finished. And that is Want by Cindy Pon. I started this end of 2017, beginning of 2018, can't quite remember. And I know exactly why I stopped reading it, because it takes place in the future. I think it's the future. I'm not sure how far into the future, but it takes place in the future. It's set in Taiwan, and air pollution is so bad that the rich people have these suits that they wear to give them nice air, and the poor people who can't afford them are dying, basically. And our main character goes undercover as one of the rich people, and I think they're trying to bring down, it's been a while, I can't remember if they're trying to bring the corporation down or if they're just trying to like get the truth out about the reasons and something. Anyway, the point is, this is an undercover book, and I love things like that, except they make me so anxious. Like, I am constantly on edge wondering when, because you know it's going to happen, wondering when they're going to get caught and how bad it's going to be and what the consequences are. And it's just, and I just have this feeling we're getting to that part now. I'm pretty much over halfway there, so it's coming soon and I could just feel it and I had to put it down. But I also want to read it because I'm pretty sure there's like a sequel or a companion or something else that's come out that's related to this. But I'm not sure because I'm a bit out of the loop. But I just have this feeling that I've seen something, so I want to get this finished and then investigate and see. But I gotta get this finished first. I've just gotta get it done. Okay, so next book we have is A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. This is the companion sequel to The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which I really enjoyed. It's set in space, probably in the future at some point, and the first book focuses on the crew of a ship called the Wayfarer that makes I can't remember if it's wormholes or something. They're making space roads, essentially making space roads, but it just follows the crew and them talking and getting to know each other or whatnot and going out and doing stuff, and less about the making the roads thing, which I really enjoyed. And as far as I'm aware, this doesn't follow those people. This follows new characters that appear in the first book but weren't main characters, and there's a third one. So I need to read this. I bought this yes, I really liked the first one, this is going to be really good, and then it just sat on my shelf gathering dust. But I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it read. I will get it read. I will get this one read. And then we've got Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey. This is the second book in the Expanse series. I read the first book, Leviathan Wakes, a couple of years ago, and I really liked it. So I bought the second one and then just didn't read it. You can probably sense a theme going here. But yeah, I got it and I just haven't got round to reading it. So the Expanse series is set in space in the future, and the first book was kind of like a crime novel set in space, and then things got real weird. It's been a while, but I remember Killer Goo. I don't think it was quite goo, but I just remember goo being bad, things being bad, and I really liked it. So I picked up this one, so hopefully I will really like the sequel and seeing where it goes. I mean, yeah. Up next we have Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, the second book in the Gentleman Bastard sequence, the first book being The Lies of Loch Lamora. And again, I read the first book, I really enjoyed it. I bought the second one and haven't read it yet. So I'm trying to read all of the books that I've had sitting on my shelf for ages, and I'm starting with the sequels because I just felt like that made the most sense. If you're not familiar with the Gentleman Bastard sequence, The Lies of Loch Lamora follows a merry group of thieves who get in way too deep, and have to fight for their lives. And it ended where it ended, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. Again, I'm so excited to see where it goes that I haven't read it yet. But I'm going to. Probably. Okay, so finally we've got some new books, new things to start, not finish, because I'm so good at finishing things, and that is Temeraire by Naomi Novik. Now, I'm pretty sure this has another title, but I can't remember what it is. This is the UK title as far as I'm aware, but I can't remember what the other title is. But this is the first book in a fantasy series that has dragons in it, and I'm just really here for dragons. And I think there's boats and a navy of some sort, and I just think it's going to be really good, and I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I've been looking for a new series to read that's got dragons in it after I finish the Memoirs by Lady Trent. I mean, this is going to be a completely different kind of story to the Memoirs by Lady Trent, because that is not action-packed dragons, that's studying things. This should be action dragons, and I'm just really looking forward to getting to it. We'll see if I actually do. And the penultimate book on this list is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm sure I don't need to tell you about the 5th season and N.K. Jemisin. This is the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy. I think the last book came out not too long ago, and everyone says really, really good things about N.K. Jemisin, and I have been meaning to pick up a book, so I picked it up and haven't read it yet, but I will read. I'm going to get this done. At the beginning of this video I said that this was I might do, I might not, but by the end I'm like, I will get to these books. I will read them all. I will read them all. I have no idea what this is about. I think it's like a fantasy apocalyptic kind of thing. Might even be sci-fi. I'm not 100. I don't even know. But people said this is good. Read it. So I picked it up and I'm going to read it. Finally. Yay. And then finally we have another sequel, and that is the 3rd volume of Monstrous by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. If you don't know what Monstrous is about, I'm pretty sure I have a spoiler-free review for the first 2 volumes that I read, which I will link in case you want to check it out. Monstrous is set in a world where there are humans and there are arcanics, and humans are not nice to arcanics by any means, and we follow Micah, who I believe is an arcanic, but she can pass as one of the rare ones that can pass as human, and she has well, first off, she has no arm, but then she has a weird arm that does things, and then it's very strange, very weird, very dark, a bit grim, and I really, really like it. And I will read this. For sure, I will get this done, because it's gonna take me not very long at all. So there's no excuse. I've got no excuse. I just need to get it done. Just need to get it done. Okay, so that's it. Those are all the books that I am planning to have read, that I will have read by the end of the year. I will absolutely have these read, and hopefully some more as well, but these are the ones that I mainly want to get to. So that is that. So yes, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what your reading plans are for the rest of the year, if you have any reading plans. If you don't, tell me what you're currently reading, and I will hopefully see you in another video. Bye!